most ignorant about racism are the victims.
Okay.
This is why they haven't overcome it. Black people do not have racism as their priority and wake up every morning thinking about how they're going to get rid of racism. The average black person on the planet wakes up in the morning thinking about what? Well, they may be thinking about a lot of things, but they're not thinking about getting rid of racism. And that's what exactly every black person on this planet should wake up in the morning thinking about and go to bed thinking about each and every day with each and every breath that he or she takes. But we got every kind of nonsensical priority other than that.
Okay.
Yet we complain about our condition. And that is the reason we're in this condition, because we got every other kind of priority. Now, one of the main priorities among black people is what? Showing off.
Showing off.
Showing off to whom?
Yes, you mentioned
each
that.
Other. Yes. If we tell the truth, that is our priority.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out a way to show off, even if showing off just means driving by and shooting at somebody.
Yeah, sure.
That's showing off.
Okay.
What I've been saying. But, people have a tendency to, just, it's habit. That's what it is. You usually think the same way you've always thought. Even when somebody is telling you something different, you're really tuning it out and thinking the way you always thought, which is okay, because at some point you might choose to think differently or look at things a different way. I have been saying we are already a captured people. The war is still going on, by the way, because what is a war? It's nothing but conflict that continues. So as long as you have people resisting their captivity, the war is still going on. When people stop resisting, then that war is over. But the war between those who believe in racism and those who don't, so far, the victims of that war, the non-white people of this entire planet, have been prisoners of war. The white supremacists are not trying to capture black people. Black people are already captured and have been for generations. We are already prisoners of war. We are already in the prison called the entire planet, because the white supremacists dominate every non-white person on this planet 24 hours a day in every area of activity. So we're already prisoners of that war. And so therefore we just keep asking the warden not to do this and not to do that, Black Lives Matter and all like that. They're not walking around saying, we matter. Yes, they'll say it, in a joking fashion, but the white supremacist says, we're the only people that matter. You people are nothing but prisoners. And I do what I want to with all of you, not some of you, all of you. It's none of you who are exempt from me, who are exempt from my captivity. So, but you try to break out the prison, you want to change the prison into some Garden of Eden or something like that, and you can attempt that, but I will continue to do what I do until I decide I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's the status where we are right now. That's the white supremacist voice talking. Look at what people like myself are doing, or anybody who's talking about racism or talking about producing justice, heaven forbid. They are against it, but they will permit you to talk about it as long as what? Since they are very logical, very smart, as long as you are not effective.
Okay.
Now, when people listen to Neely Fuller talk, they just say, oh, yeah, that brother, he's okay, and all like that. But in business as usual, they'll go right back doing the same things they've always done. Everybody does the same thing. We will continue what we call our traditional black culture, which is a failed culture, by the way. The evidence shows this. That's what black culture is. It's a failed culture. It hasn't solved our problems. We hadn't added any new dimensions to it. It's still the same basic culture that we have always had. The white supremacists do not look at the speaker when black people are speaking to other black people. The black people look at the reaction to the speaker. See, that's their pattern. That's right. Their logic.
Yes, sir.
And it's the logic that makes sense. See what I mean? You know, you don't care what somebody says as long as nobody's changing, as long as nobody's doing anything different, just going through their same routine, celebrating the same things and all like that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, looking forward to the same things. And so they just go out and take a look at what black people are doing out here slaughtering each other all over Southside Chicago. And they say, who cares about what Neely Fuller says or anybody else? You know, black people still act the same. They don't change.
They still want it. How you figure that, man? Look around you, man. They own this shit. They on this couch you sitting on. Them shoes you got on your feet. This building. This school. This country. You. We're behind enemy lines, dawg. One beat down will never compare to 439 years of captivity. Never. I don't know shit. Fresh.